Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of electric network. In the last lecture we discussed H parameters, T parameters, inverse H parameter and inverse T parameter and solve one problem on H. Today we will do one or two more problems on T parameters, and after that we will see some standard networks and their parameter representation. Then we will see the interconnections between the parameters. So let us consider our first question for today's. Consider there is an impedance Z, right? Only this is a network and it is asked to find the T parameter, right? Find T parameter, right? This is our port 1 and this is our port 2, right? Since we are finding T parameters, so that is why I have taken current I2 as leaving the port, right? So the representation or simply the T parameter for this is basically the standard form. So its representation in T form or the T parameters, its T parameter will be 1, Z, 0 and 1, right? How? Recall our A parameter was what? A parameter was V1 by V2 when I2 is 0, right? Now see, I2 and I1 is same, means I1 is equal to I2. So if I2 is equal to 0, it means I1 is 0. So writing KVL in this loop, what we will have? We will have minus V1 plus V2 is equal to 0 and V1 is equal to V2, and from here V1 by V2 will be what? 1, and this is nothing but our A parameter 1, right? Similarly, what is our C parameter? Our C parameter is I1 by V2 when I2 is 0, right? Now see, if I2 is 0, we are setting I2 as 0, it simply means I1 is 0, isn't it? And if I1 is 0, then obviously C will be 0. So our C parameter is 0. See here, C parameter is 0. Now what is our B parameter? Our B parameter is nothing but V1 by I2 when V2 is 0. Now see, if I make V2 as 0, means I short circuiting this output port, writing KVL in this loop, what we will have? We will have minus V1 plus ZI1 is equal to 0, and since I1 is equal to I2, so we can also write it as minus V1 plus 2I2 is equal to 0, and from here we will have V1 by I2 is equal to what? Z, isn't it? And this is nothing but our what? B parameter. See, B parameter. And what is our D parameter? D parameter is our I1 by I2 when V2 is 0, and see, I1 is equal to I2, that is why our D parameter will be 1. See, so this is our T parameter representation for this type of network. Now let us take another example, right? This is our problem number 2. Consider this ideal transformer, right? And its turn ratio is given as n is to 1. This is our V1, I1, and this is our V2, I2, and it is asked to find its T parameters, right? Now see, when we find T parameter, we generally assume that the current is leaving the port, right? Now for this transformer, what we know, that V1 by V2 is equal to I2 by I1 is nothing but our N1 by N2, and our N1 by N2 is what? N is to 1, right? And let us say this is as K, right? So our first parameter A is what? V1 by V2 when I2 is 0, and V1 by V2 is what? Nothing but N, right? So this is our first parameter A. Now our next parameter B parameter. What is our B parameter? Our B parameter is V1 by I2 when V2 is 0, right? Now see, V1 by I2 when V2 is 0. From here, V1 by V2 is equal to I2 by I1. So V1 by I2 is equal to V2 by I1. And since we have set the V2 is equal to 0, so this parameter will become 0. Similarly, our C parameter, which is I1 by V2 when I2 is 0, will become 0. And our D parameter, which is I1 by I2 when V2 is equal to 0, I1 by I2 is nothing but N. Sorry, I2 by I1 is N, so I1 by I2 will become 1 by N. So this is our T parameter for this network. So our T parameter will become, what is this? N 0 0 1 by N. These are the basically standard forms or standard networks which will be asked frequently. So it's better to be remember this, right? Now one more thing we forgot in our last lecture, that in the last lecture we discussed H parameter and T parameter also, but we forgot to mention the condition for symmetricity and reciprocity for both the networks parameter. So for H parameter, means if H parameters are given like that, this H11, H12, H21, H22, right? Then condition for symmetry is its determinant should be equal to 1. Its determinant will be what? H11 into H22 minus H21 into H12, that is H11 into H22 minus H12 into H21. It should be equal to 1. This is the condition for symmetricity for H parameter. And for reciprocity is what? The condition for reciprocity of H parameter, these two parameters should have equal magnitude and opposite sign, means H12 should be equal to minus H21. Clear? And for our T network or for our T parameter, consider that this is our T parameter as A, B, C and D. Then for symmetry, the condition is these two parameters A and D must be equal, right? Means for a T parameter, means the network having T parameter as like this A, B, C and D, then for this network to be symmetric, there must be A parameter should be equal to D parameter, or A is equal to D, and that is for reciprocity. Means this T network will be reciprocal if the determinant of this is equal to 1. What will be the determinant? AD minus BC. It should be equal to 1, right? Basically, frequent questions are asked from this condition, that what is the condition. They will give you the h parameter matrix, or then they will ask what is the condition for reciprocity, or is the network is reciprocal, or is the network is symmetric. This type of question is frequently asked. That is why I mentioned here. So it's better to remember the conditions for this. Clear? Now, as I told, there are some standard networks whose parameters we should discuss. So let us see what are those the standard circuits or the networks. Right. The T equivalent representation of a two-port network in terms of Z parameters. Basically, we already discussed in our previous lectures, but here also we will see. Means if a T network is given like this, this is our ZA, ZB and ZC. This is V1, V2, I1 and I2. So the Z parameter for this network will be ZA equal to Z11 minus Z12, ZB equal to Z22 minus Z21, and ZC is equal to Z12 and Z21. In reverse way, our Z parameter will be nothing but Z11 as ZA plus ZC. This will be ZC, and this will be ZB plus ZC. Right? Means our Z11 will be ZA plus ZC, our Z12 and Z21 will be ZC, and Z22 will be ZB plus ZC. Means, to understand what is Z11, V1 by I1, only input quantity are related. So we will see sum of this and this impedances. For Z22, since output quantity only V2 and I2, so we will sum up these two impedances. And for Z12 and Z21, this impedance is in common, so only ZC will be there. So this is the technique to remember. Right. The next network is pi network. Right. Means the pi network form in admittance quantities. Consider that this is our network. This network is also called as the delta network, and this network is also called as star network. And if this is our YA, this is YC, and this is YB. These are the admittances, right? And this is our V1, I1, I2 and V2. Now this impedance parameter Y matrix will be represented as Y11. y11 will be sum of these two impedances, YA plus YC. Y12 will be this impedance with a negative sign, hence minus YC, and our Y12 and Y21 will be the same, so this will be minus YC, and similarly our Y22 will be sum of these two admittances, hence YB plus YC, and our YA will be Y11 plus Y12, our YB will be Y22 plus Y21, and our YC is equal to minus Y21 minus Y21 or minus Y12. So from these two circuits we can say, if a network is given like this and it is asked to find the Z parameters, then we can write easily by this. And if it is given Z parameter of a network, means if a network is given in like this and its Z parameters is given, then we can represent this network in this T network, right, by these equations. Clear? Similarly for Y parameter, if the network in admittance form is given like this, then we can easily write its admittance matrix like using this equation. And if it is given a network like this whose admittance matrix is given, then we can represent this network by this pi network using this equations. Clear? Now let's take our next standard form is the lattice network. Right. In this network there are two series arms. These two arms are called series arms, and these two arms are called diagonal arms or shunt arms. This is ZA, this is ZB, this is ZC, and this is ZD. Right. Now if ZA is equal to ZD, means if two series arms impedance are same, and ZB is equal to ZC, means and two diagonal arms have same impedance, then it will be symmetric as well as balanced, and in that case our Z11 will be ZB plus ZA by 2, and our Z12 is equal to Z21 will be the difference by 2, isn't it? So from this we will have Z11 plus Z12 is equal to ZB, and Z11 minus Z12 is equal to ZA. Now I also want to make a note here that our Z matrix can be found from Y matrix by taking inverse of that. Means Z matrix is equal to inverse of the Y matrix and vice versa. Means Y matrix will be equal to the inverse of Z matrix. Similarly, H matrix will be the inverse of G matrix and G matrix can be found by taking the inverse of H matrix, right? But in case of T parameter cannot be found by taking inverse of T inverse parameter. This is the T inverse parameter or the inverse transmission parameter, and this whole part is the inverse of inverse transmission parameter, and this will not be equal to the T parameter, right? And inverse T parameter will not be equal to the inverse of T parameter, and these two will be invertible when the network is reciprocal. Means if the network is reciprocal, then only this will be invertible, right? Don't get confused. This is the inverse T parameter and this is the T parameter, and this whole term is the inverse of T parameter, which will not be equal to the inverse T parameter. Clear? Interconversion between the two port parameters, right? Interconversion is nothing but the representing one parameters in terms of other parameter. For example, I am going to explain one interconversion. Rest I will the rest will be done by you. Do it yourself. Let's see. I am going to convert or going to do the interconversion between Y parameter and H parameter. For example, if the question is what, determine H parameter in terms of Y parameter. Now see, for Y parameter, what are the equations? Our equations was I1 is equal to y1 plus v1 plus y12 v2, and I2 is equal to y21 v1 plus y22 v2. And for H parameter, what are our equations? V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2, and I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Clear? Now our task is to represent the H11, H12, H21, H22 in terms of Y11, Y12, Y21 or Y22, right? Now see, when V2 is equal to 0, means we have set V2 as 0. So if V2 is equal to 0, our Y11 will be what? I1 by V1, and Y21 will be I2 by V1, isn't it? And from these equations, when V2 is 0, our H11 is what? V1 by I1, and H21 is what? I2 by I1. And see, this is V1 by I1, V1 by I1. So this H11 is nothing but our 1 by Y11. right? This is v1 by i1, this is i1 by v1. So if I take reciprocal of this, we will have v1 by i1, which is nothing but h11. So 1 by y11, and this h21 is nothing but our y21 by y11. Similarly, when i1 is 0, right, in that case our y11 v1 will be y12 v2, and I2 is equal to y21 v1 plus y22 v2, right? Now putting this value in this equation, our I2 will be y21 v1. From here v1 is what? y12 by y11 into v2 minus of y12 by y11 v2 plus y22 v2, right? And I2 is equal to, now taking v2 as common, this will be y21, sorry, minus of y21 y12 by y11 plus y22, and this is v2, right? After simplification, this will be nothing but our delta y by y11 v2. This y11 will get multiplied by this, and this whole term, that is y22 into y11 minus y21 into y12, will be nothing but delta y. So from there I wrote this. So our I2 by v2 will be what? Delta y by y11 right. And now see, we have this expression we got when I1 is 0, and when I1 is 0, H22 from here will be I2 by V2 when I1 is 0. And see, we have calculated I2 by V2 when I1 is 0 as delta y by y11. So our H22 will become delta y by y11. So we have H11 as 1 by y11, H21 as y21 by y11, and H22 as delta y by y11. And one more parameter we are missing. What are these? H11, H21, H22, H12. Now see, H12 will be what? H12 will be V1 by V2 when I1 is 0. H12 is equal to V1 by V2 when I1 is 0, isn't it? And see, from this equation, this will be nothing but, this is I1, when this equation we got when I1 is 0, V1 by V2 will be what? V1 by V2 will be minus y12 by y11. So putting this value here, this H12 will be minus of y12 by y11. So now we got our all 4 h parameters in terms of y parameter. This is h11, h21, h22 and h12. So this was the interconversion. Similarly, we will calculate other parameters in terms of different parameters, right? All interconversions will be provided in our description by PDF, right? Now we will move on interconnections of the two-port networks, right? Now the interconnections means we have two different two-port networks, and we are going to connect these two networks in different manners, like series connection, parallel connection, series parallel connection, or parallel series connection, or in cascade mode also. Then what will be the resultant parameter of the network which we got after connecting those two parameters? So our first parameter connection will be the series connection, right? Now see, when two port networks, network 1 and network 2, let us say this is network A and network B, when connected in this arrangement, right, when two-port networks are connected in this arrangement, then we say that these two-port networks are connected in series, right? And this is our resultant two-port network, right? This is our port current I1, this is our port current I2, this is our port voltage V1, this is our port voltage V2, right? Means these two port networks were individually had some parameters matrix and gets connected in this fashion, then there will be a resultant two-port network like this, and that resultant two-port network will have the Z parameter like this. Means the Z parameter of A plus Z parameter of B. Basically, in series connection, the port currents are same. Now see how? Basically, when we connect in this fashion, this I1 will enter this port and will leave I1. As we already know that whatever current enters in a port, the same will leave. The net current at a particular port is 0. Then this current will leave, and this current is leaving, then this will enter here and will leave here. So if I observe here, the net current entering this port is 0, net current entering at this port is 0, and also the resultant network, this current is entering I1 and the same I1 is leaving. So our condition is satisfied. Means this is the valid connection, right? This is the, and in series connection, if the two ports or the two matrices are given as Z matrix of individual networks, then their Z matrices gets added in the resultant Z network, right? I once again repeat, in series connection the Z matrix, the individual Z matrices gets added. See, individual Z matrices gets added to form the resultant Z matrix, right? The next connection is parallel connection. Right, when two-port network A and B are connected in this way, right? Okay. Sorry, we got a mistake. Let's redraw it. When two-port networks are connected like this, and this, similarly in output port, right, and then this type of arrangement or this type of connection is called as the parallel connection. And this is our resultant port. This is plus or minus V1 plus or minus V2. The port current is I1 and I2. Right. When two-port networks are connected in parallel, then their net admittance parameters gets added. YA plus YB means if we have two-ports network whose admittance parameter are given as YA and YB, and those two-port networks are connected in parallel configuration, then the resultant Y parameter, the resultant network's Y parameter will be given as the sum of the matrices of two admittances parameters, right? Means the admittance parameters, the individual admittance parameters gets added in parallel connection. The next connection is series parallel connection. Right. Sorry, one more thing I forgot to mention. Basically, in our series connection, the port currents were the same. I1 is entering this port, also I1 is entering this port, and in parallel connection the port voltages are same. Means since V1 is appearing at this input port of A and V1 is also appearing at port 1 of network B, so in series connection the port currents are same. I1 is entering, and in parallel connection the port voltages are same. V1 is input voltage and V1 is input voltage for both the networks, right? Now our third connection is series parallel connection. In this configuration our input ports will connected in series and our output ports will get connected in parallel. see, this is our two port networks. Now to connect in series, what we have to do, we have to make the currents same. Alright, now see, whatever current enters, the same interval enter in both the network, right? I1 will enter, will live here. Once again, I1 will live, enter the B network, right? And in output port, right, we have to connect in parallel. And to connect in parallel, what we have to do, we have to make the port voltages same, right? Okay, so this is the configuration of series parallel connections, and this is our resultant two port network. And in this type of configuration, let us say this is our V1 and this is our V2. Okay, and in this type of configuration, the individual H parameters will get added to form the resultant H parameter. Means the H parameter of the resultant network means this. The H parameter of this network will be equal to the H parameter of sum of the individual H parameters, means H parameter of A plus H parameter of B. Clear? The next configuration is, our fourth configuration is parallel series connection. Right, let us say this is our two port networks A and B. Since in this type of configuration, what we have to do, we have to connect the input ports in parallel and output port in series. And for that, what we have to do, we have to make the input voltages for both the networks same. By connecting so, we are ensuring that same voltage will appear at both the networks. And in output port, what we have to, how we have to connect, we have to connect in series. And to connect in series, what we have to do, we have to make the currents same, right? So this is the configuration of parallel series connection. I1 and this is I2. This is our resultant two port network. Right, and in this type of configuration, our G parameter will get added. Means the G parameter of the resultant two port network will be the sum of the individual G parameter. Clear? The next configuration or the next connection of two port network is the cascade or the chain parameter or the chain connection. Right, chain connection is little bit simple. If we have a two-port network like this. Basically this type of configuration we are familiar to. So if the output port of one network becomes the input port of second network, then this type of arrangement or this type of configuration will called as cascade connection. See, this is the output port of network A, and at the same time this is the input port of network B. So this type of configuration is the cascade or chain connection. This is plus or minus V1, this is our I1, and this is I2, V2 plus or minus. Basically these type of connections are done in transmissions parameters. So if two networks are connected in cascade, then their T parameter will get added? No. In this case, individual T parameter will get multiplied. Right? Means the resultant network T parameter will be the multiplication of the individual T parameters. Now see, here we don't have to do the normal multiplication. We have to multiply the parameter matrix. We have to multiply the matrices A and B. T parameter matrices A, T parameter matrix B. We have to multiply both these two to get the final T parameters. So these were the connections. Total 5 types of connection we have studied. Now we will see some problem.